I think we can all agree that Roblox Doors certainly has a lot of lucky moments, to which some of them could be considered as downright impossible, to say the least. Especially considering when only hundreds, if not tens of people have seen some of these moments. These are going to be the most elite moments ever recorded so far for the game. Let us know a Doors moment you've never seen in the game yet down below, and let's all witness some greatness together. First, we need to start with some context though. Most players have already seen Jack hiding inside a wardrobe before, and that isn't really rare at all. About 41.5 million players have already seen this occurrence based on the 5% chance the entity has of spawning into the game. 2 Jacks in a row? Well, those odds are gonna go all the way down, as apparently only 2 million people have seen this super rare event happen before. And keep in mind, we're talking about out of 831 million players at the moment, which is enough people that some countries have in the world, believe it or not. How about 3 Jacks in a row, huh? Well, yeah, someone was actually able to record that happen, and with a 1 out of 8,000 chance of that happening, only about 103,875 players would have been able to see that happen, especially with those kind of odds. Now that's pretty crazy. But definitely not as crazy as this. Blinksy was recently going through a halt corridor, and they noticed Rush coming through several doors after, as it also read right through the halt walkway. Now this is pretty rare, roughly a 3 out of 1,000 chance of this happening, which meant around 2.5 million people would have been able to see this one, which actually sounds like a lot of people. Though, I doubt many of them went back and recorded it. Everybody knows Timothy, that spider that's just chilling within the lobby, and also that he only shows up with a 1 out of 200 chance per drawer. And with, let's say, about 200 drawers per 100 doors within the game, though it's probably more, that's about a 100% chance that you'd run into this tiny spider per game, so pretty much everyone has seen him already. This guy ran into him twice in a row though, so does that make it that much rarer? Not really. Still, about 4.2 million people could have ran into 2 Timothys in a row, which actually sounds crazy. You've even had Blinksy find 3 Timothys in a row as well, which those sound super rare on paper, and also a 1 out of 8 million chance per drawer of them spawning in. That's actually starting to get super rare in terms of player count, as only about 21,000 people have seen this occurrence happen, which is actually 5 times rarer than seeing Jack 3 times in a row. Like, here's the math if you don't believe me, but things get even more wild from here. A while back, we also can't forget about the marked man, as back in August, this guy was speedrunning Doors and ended up running into Shadow and also Jack's blood room within the library, which is absolutely insane. Both Shadow and the Jack room have a 1 out of 2,000 chance of spawning in, and considering he ran into Shadow at door 6 and the Jack room at door 50, only 44 doors were in between these rare occurrences. So using the power of mathematics and following this equation, this moment was literally an 11 out of 1 million chance, which meant just about 9,295 players would have been able to witness this moment in the game. This is literally nearly impossible to run into this, so this guy was extremely lucky to have recorded it for all of us to watch. This one will shock you. Considering how many players haven't even seen a single Shadow in a run, as that is roughly a 1 out of 2,000 chance of encountering him per room, but how about legitimately 2 Shadows back to back? Just watch this.
Oh my gosh, Shadow? Oh my gosh, that's really totally not edited. Shadow again? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no cap. And somehow this guy only got 53 views from that. In terms of odds though, that's literally a 1 out of 4 million chance of running into 2 Shadows in a row, which means only 211 players might have even had the chance to see this happen in game. That's like way less people than you'd probably see in a normal day. Honestly, can't believe it at all, considering this is pretty much getting into lottery number territory right here. Even crazier odds prevail. Quid was just normally going through their run within Roblox Doors when they ran into a puzzle room, which is usually a 1 out of 50 chance of running into that, a shadow room right after, which obviously is a 1 out of 2,000 chance, and then 28 rooms later, another Jack Red room within the library, which is yet another 1 out of 2,000 chance, but with 28 doors in between as a buffer. Still, with all of these odds added together, this is about a 1 out of 3 million chance of this happening, which means 118 people probably have witnessed this event occurring, which is honestly pretty mind-blowing. But this one, fasten your seatbelts, because you'll never see this in game. I literally just ran into this incredibly underrated moment made by Just Tyler, as they ended up running into this gem of a moment right here in terms of luckiness.
Oh. What? What?
Yeah, they first ran into a shadow, and then right after, the puzzle room with eyes also spawning within it as well. Shadow being a 1 out of 2,000 chance, and the eyes puzzle room about 1 out of 1,650. That means about 256 players have only seen this event happen, especially in a back-to-back room scenario like this. And what's even crazier, he ran into another shadow 30 doors later within the same game. Like, oh my god! The math is legit insane in this one, but combined with the odds of the shadow and eyes puzzle room 30 doors before, this was the math equation that was set up, and honestly, you can't even turn this into a fraction. Basically, what this moment comes down to is that 4 people out of all the plays within Doors have ever been able to witness this in game. Like, honestly, blow this man's video up. It's severely underrated and honestly should deserve recognition, but surprisingly, this wasn't the rarest moment in Roblox Doors history, even though the numbers behind it was relatively nearly impossible. Other than Creek's obvious event when the developers paid him a visit along with spawning in the A60 entity, resulting in a 1 out of, well, however many plays the game has right now, there was another very surprising moment that occurred very recently as well.
I said 2 jacks! I'm a Let me in!
Congrats, Cardin. With 12 jacks in a row, that's literally whatever chance that this website was able to figure out is. I can't even with that one.